Greetings YouTube, Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back to the very next episode of Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. This is episode number 39, and in this episode, we are continuing on with Battle Bingo and taking on the Rock vs. Flying Sudowoodo card. And obviously Sudowoodo is our starting Pokemon, which is kind of interesting, and the whole premise of this card is that you have no idea what's behind each panel because they're all flying types, and they all have dual types as well, because in Generation 3 there were no pure flying types. So first thing you want to do is turn over the Delibird square here, and you're going to want to catch Delibird because he knows Ice Beam, and that is key when fighting flying types, especially because a lot of the other dual types are also weak against Ice, so that gives you a good advantage. By the way, that's square number 15. Next thing that you want to do is, let's see, which square was it? I believe it was this one, right? Let me see. I keep forgetting, because I'm trying to do this off of memory. I'm going to use Delibird to face the square that's right above him, and that's going to be a Gligar, which is the one I was looking for. So I got lucky there. Didn't have to start that over. I'm going to try to do this on the first try. Gligar's going to go for the Earthquake because he's ground and flying, and of course that doesn't affect Delibird or anyone except Sudowoodo. On this card, Ice Beam is quad, super effective, so Gligar goes down in one hit. And yeah, catching Gligar is pointless, so don't do it because you can't hit anything. We're going to attack the card, or not the card, the panel next to Gligar, and it's going to be Crobat, who we know to be poison and flying type. And Crobat's awesome because he's so freaking fast. He's going to be the fastest one on this board. And we're going to use the Master Ball to catch him because he knows Sludge Bomb, and that's a decent move. Especially in this panel because not a lot of the types are resistant to poison. We'll use Sudowoodo's last EP to get the last Master Ball above where Gligar was. And above the Master Ball, we'll find a Mantine, who's water and flying type, and we're going to use Crobat to take him on. And because of Mantine's pretty bad physical defense, Sludge Bomb should be able to kill him in 2 hits, which it looks like that's going to be the case. Oh, and he was poisoned, so he's definitely going to be knocked out in 2 hits. Mantine knows Surf, which is pretty powerful, but Mantine just isn't an attacking powerhouse, so you really don't have to worry about it too much. Attacking Mantine with special attacks is the real problem because his special defense is absolutely ridiculously high. So don't even attempt to knock him out with special attacks that aren't electricity. Alright, we already have Bingo, so let's give the bonus EP to Sudowoodo. And we're going to take on the other question mark panel and give the bonus EP to Sudowoodo there. And we'll go for the second Bingo against Murkrow, who's dark and flying type. It's very speedy, but it's very fragile as well. So Sudowoodo is actually going to have the advantage here. Murkrow will go first with a Feint Attack, which does a pretty decent amount of damage. Nothing to be concerned about. And we're going to go for the Rock Throw, which is super effective. And wow, somehow Murkrow hangs on with the built-in Focus Band. Oh, man. Well, thankfully he didn't get a critical hit there. I would have been pissed because that's the only way Murkrow can beat you. The second Rock Throw knocks Murkrow out. And goodbye. I can't believe he survived a Rock Throw. That's ridiculous because he has almost no physical defense whatsoever. You get the Bingo, and we'll give the EP to Delibird because Delibird's awesome. And below Murkrow, we have a Tropius, who's a grass and flying type, which is a perfect matchup for Delibird because he is quad weak to ice, which means Ice Beam's going to knock him out in 1 hit, no problem. Even with Tropius's bulkiness, it's not going to matter. Tropius doesn't even get an attack off. Down he goes. Alright, so we're making some progress here. This is actually a really quick card if you know the order to do things. In the top right hand corner at board number 4, we have Charizard. Fire and flying type, but everybody on the face of planet Earth knows that. We're going to use our last Master Ball to capture him. And no, that wasn't Bingo. Okay, I was thinking it was for some reason, but I'm getting a little bit Bingo happy here. Below Charizard, on panel number 8, we have a Xatu. And we're going to use Charizard, our newly captured Charizard, to face off against this Xatu. We'll use Flamethrower, which should just do a crap ton of damage. We should be able to knock it out in 2 hits. And hopefully he knows Psychic or something? Yeah, Psychic, that's what I thought. Which will also do quite a bit of damage, but that's not going to be enough to knock out Charizard. Actually, didn't even do half. So, there you go. The nice thing about Flamethrower and Ice Beam and those attacks that aren't Sudowoodo's Rock Throw is that they have 100% accuracy, so they're not going to miss. You can, let's say, lose to Murkrow with Sudowoodo, you know, if he gets a critical hit and you miss with Rock Throw once or twice, which is really annoying. Anyway, we get Bingo there. Give the EP to Sudowoodo, and we'll use Charizard's other EP to face off against Skarmory, the Steel and Flying type Pokemon. Steel doesn't have a lot of weaknesses. Skarmory especially doesn't have a lot of weaknesses. So, since we don't have electricity, we're going to use Charizard's Flamethrower, and Skarmory has no chance to survive against that. So down he goes. And we're making some real progress here. We're more than halfway down the card. Let's see. Next to Skarmory, we'll use Sudowoodo's other EP to face off against Scyther, the Bug and Flying type Pokemon. Sudowoodo has an awesome advantage here because Bug and Flying types are quad weak to Rock. Scyther is going to go first because he has a lot of speed. And Sudowoodo doesn't. He's just slow. I mean, he's a rock tree. But it doesn't matter. He'll hit you with Silver Wind. Even if he gets the stat boost, you should be able to knock him out in 1 hit with Rock Throw without too much of a problem. And we get another Bingo. We'll give Sudowoodo the EP and move on to the last question mark panel and uncover the +2 EP. And we'll give 1 to Sudowoodo, and we'll give 1 to our trusty Ice and Flying type Delibird. Panel 1. When we uncover that, you'll see Fearow, the normal and flying type Pokemon. Again, Sudowoodo was going to have the advantage here. Fearow will probably have Drill Peck, which he does. And that's not going to be very effective. And Sudowoodo has awesome physical defense, so it really doesn't do any damage at all. Rock Throw should almost knock it out, which kind of sort of does. Takes away about 2/3 of its health. Another Drill Peck. Even with a critical hit, we're not even down to half HP yet, so yeah, nothing to worry about. This is one of the easiest cards in all of Battle Bingo, assuming you do it in the right order. If you don't, well then I guess it just isn't. It's not like the Pikachu card, which is awful and relies almost entirely on pure luck at one point or another. I'm so happy that card's over because I always have such problems with that card. Alright, well we have Aerodactyl here, the Rock and Flying type Pokemon, and we're going to have the advantage on him for a couple of reasons. One, because we have Rock Throw, and secondly because Aerodactyl only knows Hyper Beam, which isn't very effective on Sudowoodo, and it also... Rock Throw missed. Hyper Beam also causes Aerodactyl to miss a turn of attacking after using it. But we get the critical hit to make up for it, and it is super effective, even though he is Rock type, because Rock on Rock is actually neutral damage, not very effective damage. Okay, we get a Bingo for knocking out Aerodactyl. We'll give it to Delibird, and we have 1 square left to uncover. We're going to use Delibird to fight Altaria, the Dragon and Flying type Pokemon. Very defensive type Pokemon, but that's not going to matter. It is going to be faster than Delibird, and it'll go for the Dragon Breath. Fingers crossed for no paralysis, because that can be dangerous if you can't attack, but he doesn't get the paralysis hack, and we're going to go for the Ice Beam, which is quad, super effective. And Altaria goes down in 1 hit, even despite its enormous defensive stats. And that's going to be it for this card. Yeah, we beat it in less than 10 minutes, which is awesome. Yay! That does it for the Sudowoodo card. And that does it for all of the regular cards. We go into Expert next time. We get 500 Poke Coupons, which is also awesome. Yay, we completed it for the first time. What do we get? A max ether, as always. Nothing new there and nothing exciting. I'm just going to sell all these afterwards anyway. But that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching. And in the next episode, we move on to the expert cards. Stay tuned for episode 40. Game on.